What's going on, guys? CouchKoala here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about King Kong versus Godzilla coming up in about 33 days. I'm filming this on the 26th of February, so what's that? It's like 2 plus 31, yeah, 33 days. And let's dive right into this, baby. So I got an interesting take on this. I'm making a prediction that King Kong is going to beat Godzilla in this battle between Titans. I'm hyped for this movie. I really want to watch it. I'm super excited. I'm going to be getting HBO Max membership so I can watch all these new movies that are coming out this March, and I can review them for you guys and throw them up on the channel. And so let's dive right in. Let's talk about why I think King Kong is going to beat Godzilla. Now, when I say that Kong is going to beat Godzilla, I do not mean that King Kong is going to kill Godzilla. I want to make that clear right now. I do not think King Kong is going to kill Godzilla. I simply think he is just going to beat him. And here's why. So King Kong represents the good in this movie, okay? And another thing is they sized King Kong up for this movie. I don't think they would size him up as much as they did if he wasn't going to beat him. Because it would make no sense for a small Kong to beat a big, giant Godzilla. I just can't see that. And we got to keep in mind, too, right? The reason he's going to beat him and not kill him is we just got to take a look into the business perspective of this whole thing. Just think, if they killed off Godzilla, that's so stupid. Why would they do that? They can't make money off Godzilla when he's dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing you got to keep in mind here. But some of you guys might say, well, come on, CouchKoala. Like Godzilla, he's got that lightning breath, and yes, I know he does. Naturally speaking, if this wasn't a movie, I'd say yeah, Godzilla all the way. But for the movie and for the story element, I'd say King Kong. Another thing is King Kong, he's got the whole U.S. military behind his back. He's the good guy. He's protecting the people from Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the whole U.S. military. Now, I know those bullets just are going to bounce off Godzilla and everything, but those distractions, like, in WWE, right? You got two people wrestling. The one guy, he's got the upper hand, and then some person grabs his ankle, and then he turns around and he starts yelling at the person for no reason. And then the other guy comes up from behind him and hits him. That's the equivalent of what the U.S. military is going to be for Godzilla. Now, it's going to be a very interesting fight. I also do have another prediction though that I do want to get into, and that is if King Kong doesn't beat Godzilla and Godzilla wins, I'd say that Godzilla kills King Kong, and here's why I think that. Because Godzilla is the alpha, he is the king of the monsters. He killed Ghidorah, a god. Ghidorah is like a god from like another universe or something like that. And he has to maintain his alpha. If he does not kill King Kong, who represents a threat to him being the king, then you know like he's gonna still have the competition. King Kong can come back and get him. You know what I'm saying? And now let's move on to what will happen. What I think will happen rather after King Kong beats Godzilla. What the future is with this series, this saga of the MonsterVerse. Now, if you made it this far, I applaud you because this is where we get down to the juicy stuff. All right. Now, right before I talk about the future, I also want you guys to keep in mind that there was a film made, right, where Godzilla and King Kong fought, and King Kong beat Godzilla, but he did not kill them. So I also want you guys to keep that in mind too. Just keep that in mind that King Kong has beaten Godzilla before. Now, this is a separate company that's doing this film, and they might want to take it a different direction, but I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Now, back to the future of the MonsterVerse. We see all these monsters crowded around Godzilla, right? After he defeats Ghidorah. And I think what we might see after Kong beats Godzilla, we might see one of these monsters, like maybe the behemoth or that mountain. I forget what the mountain's called. or Rodan or one of those other monsters come and try to take the place. They might see King Kong as weaker than Godzilla. Because we got to keep in mind, right, is part of Kong beating Godzilla involves the U.S. military to distract Godzilla enough for King Kong to land some good punches. And we also might see Godzilla come back in another film, and they might have a rematch. You never know. This is all really interesting stuff to talk about. We also got to keep in mind too. Just go off on a little bit of a side note with Batman vs Superman. I know that didn't really get very many reviews. I don't know if any of you guys actually watched it, but I think it's common knowledge that neither of them died. And in the end, they they came together and then they fought some other supervillain. I forget his name. His name is lost to me right now. So I also want you guys to keep in mind, keep the options open that maybe they come together and they fight a bigger monster. That is something to keep in mind. But to finish it out, I just want to say thank you for your time because your time really is valuable to me. Thank you for sticking it out if you got this far. I just like to ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you guys stay cool out there, baby.